It's not Monday, it's Moon Day. Hello to you, I'm your host Connor with CoinMarketCap's Daily News Update. It's October the 11th and we've got loads of great stories for you. Here are today's crypto headlines. Bitcoin comes tantalizingly close to hitting $57,000 after a sleepy weekend. We'll find out what might happen next. El Salvador reveals how it plans to spend $4 million in profit made from Bitcoin. Ethereum's co-founder says Bitcoin maximalists should be ashamed and calls El Salvador's president reckless. How bad timing meant that a crypto fund tackling coronavirus missed out on almost $1.2 billion. McDonald's China launches a new collection of NFTs that's guaranteed to make you hungry. And another NFT range means you'll have some top-of-the-range whiskey to wash down your burger. Plus, why the creator of NBA Top Shot and CryptoKitties is teaming up with a blockchain intelligence firm. But first, back to our top story, and Bitcoin is continuing to break new ground. It was a pretty boring weekend with bulls taking a rest. Prices were stuck between $54,000 and $55,000 for most of Saturday and Sunday. But Monday saw Bitcoin break through $56,000 and come incredibly close to hitting $57,000. It comes as BitMEX CEO Alexander Hoffner predicts at least 5 developing countries will adopt Bitcoin as legal tender by the end of next year. He said, faced with an inherently unequal financial system, those who have the most to lose by continuing the status quo are acting in their self-interest to explore alternative options like Bitcoin. Of course, the big question now is this: what's Bitcoin going to do next, and how long will the bull run last? Here's what Crosstower research analyst Martin Gasper said on the latest episode of our CoinMarket Recap podcast.
I could see Bitcoin continuing to trend higher next few months until, I'd say for most of Q1. It really just depends, how high we go, right? I still see it. I still think it's very possible we're going to be, well over 100,000 by the end of the year. Somewhere around 150,000 is kind of what I'm thinking. And so if we go, much higher, I think people are going to start, to question a bit, right? If we approach 200,000, I think we're going to see some profit taking, and unless the macro landscape changes considerably, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see how traders will react at those levels.
Moving on now, and if you made $4 million in profit from Bitcoin, how would you spend it? A mansion? A new Lamborghini? Well, El Salvador has different ideas. The country has made some handsome gains over the past month after buying dips and accruing 700 Bitcoin. Now, President Nayib Bukele has unveiled interesting plans to build a cutting-edge pet hospital, complete with emergency clinics, operating rooms, and rehabilitation areas. A whizzy computer-generated mock-up of the clinic shows it will be called Chivo Pets. That translates to cool pets in English, and it means the hospital would have the same name as the government's official Chivo wallet. Unfortunately, not everyone is on board with Bukele's plans, and a number of Salvadorans think the president has got his priorities wrong. One of them shared a photo of a dirty toilet in a hospital for humans, while others complain that medicine supplies are running low and people are waiting months for surgeries. So, should Bitcoin surge leave the president feeling vindicated about his controversial decision to make Bitcoin legal tender? Well, here's what CoinMarketCap's Molly Jane Zuckerman told our podcast.
I think that 1 month of profit is not enough to say whether it was, quote unquote, worth the pain, worth the problems to make Bitcoin the legal tender.
Criticism of Nayib Bukele doesn't end here either. Ethereum's co-founder Vitalik has called his decision to make Bitcoin legal tender reckless. He was responding to a post on the unpopular opinions section of Reddit, which had said the president should not be praised by the crypto community. Buterin agreed, writing, "Making it mandatory for businesses to accept a specific cryptocurrency is contrary to the ideals of freedom that are supposed to be so important to the crypto space." He also warned that the decision risks a large number of innocent people getting hacked or scammed. The billionaire reserved his harshest attack for Bitcoin maximalists and said those who are uncritically praising Nayib Bukele should be ashamed. Next, here's a story about really bad timing. A non-profit tackling the coronavirus crisis in India ended up missing out on $1.2 billion because it cashed out crypto too early. India's Crypto COVID Relief Fund received a donation of 50 trillion Shiba Inu back in May. It was worth $1 billion at the time, but its value quickly fell. The stash of altcoins was sold off in chunks between May and September, generating $463 million in cash. But at one point last week, the value of that 50 trillion SHIB would have been worth $1.6 billion. We asked the fund's spokesperson how they were feeling about the altcoin's gains, and they said, "I would say it's a part of life. The market goes up and down. It was something no one could have predicted." Despite the unfortunate timing, the non-profit has managed to spend millions of dollars on oxygen supplies, addressing vaccine hesitancy, training medical professionals, and giving meals to frontline workers. If you're feeling hungry, you might want to look away now. McDonald's China has created a range of Big Mac themed NFTs to mark a special anniversary. The collection has been launched to celebrate 31 years since its very first fast food outlet opened on the Chinese mainland. The Big Mac Cube's design is also inspired by the shape of the company's shiny new headquarters in Shanghai. A total of 188 NFTs are going to be given out to employees and customers, and the CEO of McDonald's China said, "McDonald's is a young and trendy brand that always pays attention to fashion trends and cutting-edge technology." The launch comes despite the fact that Beijing is currently clamping down on cryptocurrencies. That's ahead of the digital yuan launching next year. This isn't the first time that the brand has dabbled in NFTs. Back in April, McDonald's France launched pixelated versions of Big Macs, Chicken McNuggets, and ice cream sundaes. Burger King has also launched a range of NFTs that offer some big prizes, including a year's supply of Whopper burgers and the chance to have a phone call with a celebrity. Now, if you're anything like me, all that junk food would have made you pretty thirsty, and that means you need an NFT that'll give you a tasty drink to wash that burger down. Well, you're in luck, as a Japanese company is using non-fungible tokens to offer shares in rare barrels of Scotch whisky. Owners will be entitled to bottles of single malt that would otherwise be hard to find without access to large and expensive collections. Although this will open the market to amateurs and connoisseurs, it's worth being careful, as this could be quite a whiskey investment. Yeah. Finally today, a little bit more NFT news, but I'm afraid it has nothing to do with food or drink. Sorry about that. Dapper Labs, the creator of CryptoKitties and NBA Top Shot, has unveiled a new partnership with the blockchain intelligence firm Chainalysis. The company wants to start tracking NFT sales in order to achieve regulatory compliance. Explaining why this collaboration is so important, Chainalysis said, "Growing consumer access to cryptocurrency requires a careful examination of the funds being used to purchase NFTs, and the use of a comprehensive compliance monitoring solution that can help detect and prevent NFT money laundering and market manipulation." Dapper Labs agreed, adding, "NFTs are one of the most exciting spaces in cryptocurrency, but they will only be successful in the long term if we can ensure a safe environment for our customers." And that's the way the crypto news is looking this Monday. So, where do you think Bitcoin is heading next? How would you spend $4 million in crypto profits? And do NFTs for burgers and whiskey take your fancy? Tell us what you think and leave a comment below. If you've enjoyed watching, give our video a thumbs up and hit subscribe for free alerts every time we release a new episode. And don't forget to ask Alex for even more crypto content. Click on the link in the description of this video to head to our website, which is jam-packed with guides and features. I've been your host Connor, and thanks for being with us. We'll be back with more news tomorrow. I really fancy a burger now.